so much for having me for this interview. Also, I would like to thank the entire team for the post-gate counseling session that has been recently completed. It was very informative and detailed. So my name is Viren, and I have graduated back in 2019 from Lokmanya Tilak Institute in Navi Mumbai. But still, 3 years have passed since. But this was my first gate attempt. When I got to know about this course, about the exam, I sort of went through the pattern that the exam has on offer. I understood what are the different type of questions available. I looked into the syllabus. I understood how much depth I need to go into each concept, and then slowly I started with general aptitude. As Sir said, general aptitude is something that is very easily overlooked, but I started with general aptitude because it sort of built my interest into the exam. So I started with general aptitude, and then slowly I looked into all the books that were offered, and I made handwritten notes throughout the course of a few months. So I made handwritten notes, and that helped me at the very later stage, just a few months before the exam, because I could go through the entire course in a span of 4 to 5 days. So it is all about, I think, the way you look at it and the way you apply yourself towards the exam. I think I would like to repeat myself. It is all about timing. So from the very beginning to the very end, you need to have a clear plan as to how you have to structure the entire your preparation towards GATE exam. So I think timing is very important, and I don't think it is about the number of hours that you invest daily, but it's about the interest that you generate out of this study. Because once you're interested into it, you would want to finish it as soon as possible, because you don't want to delay it and then forget things that you have already studied. So I think it varies from individual to individual, but I think it's all about timing and the way you apply yourself and the scope of interest that you have towards the exam and then the further studies there. If you look into the syllabus is quite vast, right? So there is a lot of topics being covered, and if you go about it blindly, you will get lost into, say, any topic, because you don't know how deep you have to touch it. So I think the study material that is offered here is very factual. It's timed right, and the amount of information that you receive is going to be beneficial in solving the question either ways. If the question is structured or framed exactly that way, or even if it is being twisted and framed a bit differently, I think Career Avenues has that depth into each concept that will help the student to quickly reach to an answer without even, I feel, looking into the possible selections. It's about confidence. Again, it is about understanding. It is about the way you understand the concept. I will again repeat myself. The answer is not necessarily the way you have read it. It is a bit, I would say it is exactly not the same, but still it is quite related. So you need to understand the same thing is being said in a bit slightly different way. So I think Career Avenues and the study material has that potential, has that, what can we say, the right amount of information that you need to gather before attempting questions, and that sort of helps you reach to an answer. So during my preparation, I didn't really look at multiple selection questions separately, or how do I have to tackle those sort of questions. As Sir said, you just have to look into the concepts and try and understand the concept in as much depth as you can, and then the answers are pretty much linked to each other. So if you have understood the concept, the answer is pretty much visible when the question arises. There is a certain benchmark as to this many number of hours you need to invest daily. I think the early morning hours that one invests from 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., I think those hours are something that will really help you understand the concept, because you're sort of just woken up and your memory is fresh enough to understand something new. So I think it is the way you sort of plan the entire day, but there is no, I didn't have a clear plan, standard plan that I would follow daily. Sometimes I would go up to 7 hours, 8 hours, even 12 hours throughout the day. when I was completely involved and I wanted to sort of answer as many questions as I can related to the topic that I had recently studied. So I think it is all about the way you are interested and the way you apply yourself. But as a, let's say, as a minimum requirement, I would say if you're not interested and still need to crack gate, I would say 2 to 3 hours is something that you should uh, invest daily to qualify the exam. But that's just again tentative. I didn't do that, but I sort of went on as per my interest and as per my understanding. And also along the way, sir, when you sort of study a different concept or you study a new topic, I would make list of different things like formulas and minimum requirements or the minimum standards that have to be followed and have to be remembered. So I had a separate list for every such aspect, be it for the architects, be it for the buildings, and also, all the books that have been offered, I had handwritten notes throughout the course. So that is what helped me at the later stage to revise easily. I would revise the entire course in 4 to 5 days because I had handwritten notes with me. So it is about the way you again apply yourself and the amount of interest that you generate. The exam is not necessarily difficult or not necessarily easy either, because those two are the ways that you can actually get lost into the process. So it is all about the way you plan it, the way you plan the entire preparation, right from the first month till just before the exam. Right before the exam, I had just I just sat down and tried to visualize all the things that I had read about and the things that I had in my memory, because I didn't want to have things in the back end of my mind. I wanted to have a fresh memory of everything or the entire course of few months that I had spent reading about it. So I think having a plan is very important, and then being committed to it is necessary.